is he? Drop it. Okay. Fuck you, dog. Oh my. No, I still got it, baby. No, but it's. The whole damn body out of it. Go back on you now, bitch. Woo! Oh my. He's so good with the pod. What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are back with the WRX rebuild series, baby. We started today's video off showing you guys how much better my dog is at hockey than I am. That dog's paws are a freaking brick wall. I couldn't even get around those things. And that was probably the most Canadian start to a YouTube video you guys have ever seen on an automotive YouTube channel, but it was kind of fun. And if you guys are subscribed to the channel, you would see that I'm a lot more positive at the start of this video than I was at the end of last video. Because if you guys watched last video, you would know that if I mess this up, we're gonna need a new engine for the WRX. Because the threads pulled out of that hole, I tried to tap them with a helicoil tap, and it did not work. So now we need to oversize the hole, helicoil that bottom hole, and I was actually able to find exactly the piece that I was talking about in the last video. I found a time cert that is M14 by 1.5 on the outside and M10 by 125 on the inside. You guys also gave me tons of suggestions on Instagram, and a couple of you guys actually suggested this time cert idea too. So that's what we're gonna do. On the table here, I have everything that I need to fix this issue. First thing we got is our M14 by 1.5 tap. Then we got our M10 by 1.25 helicoil set. We got two drill bits. One drill bit is a 13/32. That's gonna be for the M10, the hole that I'm gonna helicoil. And this 1/2" drill bit is gonna be for the M14 hole. Then we got these pieces right here, which are gonna save us from needing to buy a new engine. These pieces right here are called a key cert, which is basically a time cert with little keyways on it. And the way that this works is it is M14 by 1.5 on the outside diameter here, and on the inside diameter of the hole, it is an M10 by 1.25. So an M10 by 1.25 bolt will thread right into the hole there, and this time cert will thread right into that big old messed up hole on our block. And I also picked up the install tool for this. And the way that it works is these key certs basically just slide into these little slots on the tool, just like that, and then you use this tool to thread it in. Once you get it threaded in, you gotta offset the keyways, and then you tap this with a hammer and pound those keys in, and those little keys pound in these outer threads to prevent this time cert from backing out of the hole when you tighten the new bolt up. So I think this is gonna work, but we got one problem. If I try to drill these out with my drill and the drill bit, I don't have a 90-degree drill, and this does not fit to go straight into the hole with the AC condenser there, which kind of sucks tits. So what I have to do now is either A, pull the engine again and get it on a stand and fix it, which I don't want to do because I just got the engine installed and just got everything on it, or B, pull the front bumper off and pull the AC condenser out, which is what I'm gonna do. Because these AC lines are already disconnected. I have them disconnected from the compressor because this car had no refrigerant in it anyways. So let's start by getting this bumper pulled off, getting the AC condenser pulled out, and then we're gonna drill and tap those holes. And let's pray that this works. If it works, we can get all the timing components on, and we're starting this thing today, boys. I'm excited. All right, I ended up just pulling the front grill off, and I was able to get the AC condenser out with the two bolts on the front. And I definitely have enough space to do this now. Gave me a lot more clearance not having that AC condenser in there. So since this hole is going into the engine block, and I don't know how deep it goes, I'm gonna grab a little flathead screwdriver, put it in there until it bottoms out, and then I'm gonna mark how far on the screwdriver it is. So right now I'll just hold my finger there. Now if we look at the screwdriver, that is how deep I need to go into that hole with the drill bit. So then on the drill bit, I'm just gonna wrap some green tape around how deep I need to go, which isn't far, just so that I don't drill a hole into my cylinder, because that probably wouldn't be good. Then we would need an engine either way. So yeah, let's get both of these drilled out. Wish me luck, boys. If we mess this up, we need a new engine. Okay, boys. boys. We got both holes drilled, and that was so scary. You guys can see that hole right there has got some threads in it, M14 by 1.5. And this bottom hole is drilled out to the size of the helicoil tap. So now let's get these thread inserts installed. The helicoil should be nice and easy. We just got the install tool, put some red Loctite on the helicoil, and this one should thread right in, hopefully with no issues. Let's see what happens here. Feels like it wants to go. It's not going very easy by hand though. I have never had to ratchet these in before, but I might have to on this one. I think that's it, boys. That looks like we got threads again. Let's go. Now I'm gonna slap some red Loctite on this top thread insert too. I haven't even checked to see if this thread's in yet. Hopefully it does. This one feels pretty loose though. Like I could spin this in by those keys with my fingers. I think we just want it so it's basically level. About right there. Maybe give it a little bit more of a turn just to lock it. Now we got threads on both of them. Sick. Okay, I'm starting to get excited because we now have threads in both holes. Whether they hold the bolts or not, I don't know yet. That's why I'm not too excited yet. But I gotta somehow pound those keyways in, and that prevents the thread insert from backing out. So I gotta figure out a way to do that. But that bottom thread is 100% good to go. I just need to wait for the Loctite to dry. So I'll probably give that a couple hours. But let's figure out something to tap those keyways in. Hopefully I don't break them off. Ooh, I'm excited. She's gonna run, boys. I got one shot at this, or else I'm gonna mess this entire hole up and we're gonna be screwed again. If you had one shot and one opportunity. Holy shit, I think we're doing it. Okay, I got them in as much as I can with the tool. Now I'm gonna use a little 1/4" drive socket and see if I can pound them in the rest of the way. Oh my God, that works so good. Mom spaghetti, she's in, boys, let's go. And that is not backing out. Those keys seem like they work pretty good. Now for the ultimate test. Do both of the bolts actually thread in? Bottom hole, let's go. Top hole, I've never been more excited. They both thread in. Let's freaking go, dude. This thing's gonna run. Let's get these taken out, let the Loctite dry. Then we're putting a timing belt on, and this damn car will be running in this video. The bracket that holds the bolt for the alternator adjustment is completely broken, which is awesome. This bolt can just fly right out of there whenever it wants to. I think I'm gonna just put a big washer on it and it'll be okay. And then I'll have to aluminum weld a little piece into there where it's broken. On Subarus, when you have an expansion tank, you bleed it from the expansion tank, but I always like to fill it up at the rad first and get the rad nice and full, because you're gonna be here forever if you fill it from the expansion tank. Okay, this rad's probably pretty full by now. Start filling from up top. All right, all the fluids are in. We got coolant, we got oil, everything's connected, I think. I got lots of assembly lube on the cams and on the cylinder walls, so I'm not gonna crank this over to build oil pressure or anything. We're just gonna send it. I'm nervous, but I'm confident. What the hell? Why is it so loud? Oh, shit! Whoops! I know what I forgot. I forgot the wires broke on my AFR sensor, and I definitely did not put it back in the headers. So I'm gonna go to the junkyard and try and find an AFR sensor, but for now, this is just gonna be a plug so we don't have a massive exhaust leak. So I'll definitely have a check engine light. That was scary as shit. Let's get this threaded in there so that we don't got no more exhaust leaks. Now we don't have a massive hole in the exhaust. Let's try this again. Good to go. Fuck yeah, dude. She's running, boys. Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm freaking pumped. Let's go, baby. She runs. It's so quiet. She's got a good purr to it, though. right, do we got any leaks going on under here?
I don't know, I can't tell because I just squeegeed all this because I spilled coolant everywhere.
Oh man, I'm hyped she's running again. Hey, the horn works. I'm so excited. Is it puffing smoke like crazy though? Is she vaping back here? It's just cool. If you guys have been watching this build from the beginning, you would also know that we had an airbag light in this car. I put a new steering wheel in it because the old one just sucked. It was all frayed and gross. Put a new clock spring in it, new driver's airbag, and it had legacy seats in it before. And legacy seats don't have airbags in them, but WRX seats do. You guys can see in my pile of WRX parts back here. These were the seats that were in the car before. These are the seats that came with the car, but they were all ripped up. So I picked up a set of seats off of a parts car on Facebook Marketplace, and they got the airbag connectors on the bottom of them. And check out the freaking dash, boys. No airbag light. Let's go. Look at that mileage on this thing. Oh my, is she ever a beater. Check engine light's obviously on because we don't have an oxygen sensor in there, or an AFR sensor, I guess, because it's on the headers. Yeah, let's get the heat blasted in here, keep bleeding all the air pockets out of the coolant in this thing. You can see that coolant funnel just going hard up there. Oh, I also found another issue with this car. For some reason, those lights are blue and those are green, and our gas tank is 3/4 full. I am so freaking hyped. It runs. We have a bug eye. I never thought I'd see this day. Holy tits. The WRX is on 4 wheels, and it actually has an engine in it this time. This is gonna be the best winter beater I ever had. It's gonna be fun. But before I finish this video off, we can't take it on the first drive because she's tucking in the back right now because I slammed the shit out of these coilovers. And on the right rear coil, it is literally eating into the fender liner. So I'm not moving the car or else it's just gonna crunch all that rust up in there. I did want to check one more thing, and that was just to make sure our check engine light is only for the O2 sensor and we don't have codes for anything else. I scanned the code, it is a P0031, and that is the only code we have, and it is for the oxygen sensor heater control circuit, which is because we don't have one plugged in. So obviously we have a control circuit low input. She is like 95% done, boys. We're gonna be driving this thing this week. Next video, we're gonna get the coils adjusted. I got some e-brake shoes to slap in the back. Then I gotta do a wheel alignment on this thing, and I gotta put the belt cover on for the throttle and cruise control cable, and this thing is done. I also checked underneath for leaks, and there's no leaks yet, but we'll check it again when I jack the car back up to adjust coilovers. So if you guys are as hyped as I am that the WRX is running, make sure you guys are leaving a like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe, because why would you watch a first start video without watching the first drive video? And since the shop door is open, you guys can see it's winter as shit outside. So you guys already know we're gonna be sliding this thing around. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm happy. Goodbye.